During my college days in the mid 90s, when I used to pass through my local cantonment, there used to be some slogans. When a particular regiment is stationed at a particular cantonment, they write their slogans on the walls. And we used to read Veer Madrasi Adikullu Adikullu Adikullu. We never understood that, but one day one of my friends walked towards a soldier and asked its meaning. He replied, it meant Veer Madrasi, brave Madrasi, target and kill, target and kill, target and kill. Hello viewers, Vanakkam, Namaskaram to all of you. My name is Amit and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Live and History and Geopolitics. Friends, during my school days, I read about history and it was my strong subject. So what I read mostly was about the history of the North Indian Gangetic Plains and the society of these areas. But what I couldn't read was about the history of peninsular India. And the reason is very obvious. During the writing of the history, the North Indian historians had an upper hand. They had political patronage. They had moral rights, as to say. They had control over academics. So they were mostly concentrated. Our history in textbooks mostly talks about the history of the North Indian Gangetic Plains. So we don't find much mention of the South Indian history. And when we talk about Tamil Nadu, what actually comes to our mind to most of the North Indians is the vehement opposition which Tamil Nadu made to national education policy. So Tamils, either we don't know about them or the picture that comes to the mind of most of the Indians is about Tamil nationalism and separatism. But the fact remains, Tamils are the pioneers of the national movement, freedom movement. Be it the Dravidian movement or be it the freedom movement, Tamils were at the forefront of patriotism. When Gandhiji was assassinated, it was Periyar who had advocated that the name of India should be changed to Gandhi Desham. Some people would say that the first war of independence against the British took place in 1857. But it is false. The first war of independence against the British took place in Vellore, the Vellore mutiny of 1806. The British directed that the Indian soldiers should not smear their foreheads with their religious marks, and the Muslim soldiers were asked to shave their beards and trim their mustaches. They rose up in revolt. During that time in Vellore, one of the sons of Tipu Sultan was in the fort. They declared him as the king and raised the banner of revolt, killed 129 British soldiers. And later on, what happened with them? They were tied to cannons and blown up. So the first war of independence, the first mutiny never took place in 1857. It took place in Vellore in 1806. And this was not the very first opposition of the Tamils towards the British. Before it, there were Tamil polygars, who actually rose in rebellion against the British. They opposed British levying taxes on their lands. You see, there were Veeran Alagamuthu Kon was the first freedom fighter of India. And who can forget Puli Thevar? He had said, not even a grain of rice would be given as tax. All of these people sacrificed their lives for the freedom of the nation. And then there would be Veera Pandya Kattabomman. He is known to have said, if you want charity, you will get it. But if you want tax, we won't pay anything. Those were his words. And when he was going to be hanged, walking towards the gallows, he was smiling at the people who had betrayed him. People today talked about Rani of Jhansi. Every Indian knows about Rani of Jhansi. But how many of us know about Veeramangai Velu Nachiyar? She was the queen of Shivgangai. When her husband passed away and the British were taking her lands, she rose up in revolt. What she said was she made an alliance with Hyder Ali of Mysore and the Maruthu brothers and fought with the British and defeated them. For 10 years, she ruled on the throne of Shivgangai. And the first actually the first woman martyr in Indian history is her commander-in-chief Culi. She doused herself in oil, temple oil, set herself ablaze, and threw her body on the ammunition depot of the British because she knew that the war was going on, the battle was raging on, and she knew that the British could not be defeated if their firepower was not destroyed. So she set herself ablaze and threw her body on the ammunition depot of the British, blowing it up. Such a brave woman she was. Marathu brothers, Peria Marathu and Chinna Marathu, faced against the British gunners with their Vellaris, and actually they actually defeated British many a times. Such was the bravery of these people. Maruda Naigam, he actually was actually a commander of the British forces, British sepoys, Indian sepoys, but later on he rebelled against the British. He even fought wars with them, but later on got defeated. And it was the fate of all the Indian leaders around at that time, we all know, because our people used to side with these British, and these traitors led to defeat of our people on a pan-India basis. Coming to the modern times, let us talk about Mr. Vanchinatham. What did this man do? He fired at point blank range on the collector of the Tirunelveli district, William Ash, and killed him inside a train. Later on, he actually put a revolver in his mouth and killed himself up. Such bravery. Mr. V.O. Chidambaram. You see, at that time, British had the monopoly over the sea trade, sea routes. So what he did was he formed Swadeshi Stream Navigation Company and started services between Tuticorin and Colombo. British charged him with sedition. And charging him with sedition, what they did was they put him on a prison in just a moment in Coimbatore, and he was forced to actually work on the oil press as a punishment. Tripur Kumar in 1932 in civil disobedience movement, he was protesting against the British. The British lathi charged him, but he refused to leave the venue. Later on, he was found on the street dead, holding the national flag in his hand. Just think about the valor and chivalry of these people, the commitment of these people to the national struggle. Subramaniam Bharati roused the feelings of nationalism in many Indians by writing great poems. Anjali Amal, we all know, a brave woman, orator par excellence. She used to attract huge crowds. Many times, multiple times, she went to prison. At one time, she even went to prison with her 9-year-old daughter. She sold all her properties, even her house, to contribute to the freedom movement. Muthu Ramalinga Thevar, who was so inspired by Netaji that he sent 20,000 of his people to actually fight along with Indian National Army, which was led by Netaji. Such commitment. And then there would be Janaki Athan. She was a girl of Tamil origin who lived in Malaya with her family. When Netaji came to Malaya region in Singapore, when Netaji came to Singapore in 1943, she heard Netaji speaking, and what impression it had on her was that she actually renounced her life, the simple life she was living. She contributed all her precious gold jewelry to fund as a contribution to the war efforts of INA. And later on became one of the fiercest members of the Jhansi Ki Rani regiment of the Indian National Army. It was not that only the Tamils from mainland India were participating. The Tamil diaspora from Malaya, Singapore, Malaya, that would be Malaysia of today, and Singapore also actually answered the calls of Netaji. Such was their link with their ancestral homeland, which happens to be India. They were living in foreign nations, but they still answered the call. Thousands of them joined INA. And Netaji was so overwhelmed by their support that he actually said once that if I were to be reborn again, I would love to be reborn a Tamil. When 1971 war raged against Pakistan, Tamil Nadu government contributed 6 crores to the National Contribution Fund. The contribution of all other states combined was 18 crores and Tamil Nadu alone contributed 6 crores. During the Kargil war, Tamil Nadu contributed 50 crores. So the thing is, Tamils by nature are assertive and protective of their language, their culture, and their land. And it should not be misquoted and it should never be misrepresented. If God forbid any danger comes to India, the Tamils will be always at the forefront of defending their nation, their homeland, India. And see, the times which are raging around, the narrative is if you are with us, if you are with us, you are with us. If you are not with us, you are against us. The beauty of India is in its diversity. We have various races, various languages, various cultures around here. And all of these races are patriotic towards India. History of India is not just the history of North Indian plains. History has a wider dimension, and all the heroes, whichever race they come from, are our national heroes. So in these textbooks which we read in the school or in our colleges, in all, these heroes should be sung. Whether they come from Assam or whether they come from Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu or Andhra, we should be taught about all these national heroes. A child who is 5 to 6 years old or 8 years old, he should know about the chivalry and bravery of all those who laid their lives for India. And for that, the government needs to make an effort. If it wants that this nation should come as one, this unity and diversity has to be respected. And what better than honoring the great martyrs of our Indian history? Start teaching about Veeramangai Velu Nachiyar. Mention it in your history books. Before reading about Tamil Nadu, I never knew that such a woman even existed in our history. She actually set an example. So we have to learn about all about them. Then only this nation will prosper, and people will actually a feeling of brotherhood will come among us, all of us, whether it be people from the north or people from the south. The government has to put in efforts. So friends, this was all from me. I hope you liked my small video. And if you did, kindly like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel, Layman History and Geopolitics. And if possible, kindly make an effort to click on the join button and join my channel as a member. My monthly membership fees are not even equal to 2 cups of tea. So friends, this was all from me. Vanakkam, namaskaram to all of you. Thank you.